Of all the strange game modes I've done with top 100 players, the one thing I haven't done is screwed with the actual in-game rule set. So today we're going to play 6 stock with items on with Ryan Ford. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Like I said earlier, tired. That's fine. Let's figure it out because I've never played with items before. I do want to play on a platform map. I'm gonna do Battlefield because I learned how to shield drop yesterday, and I'm very proud of this. Oh,
Oh,
look at
nice.
that, clean.
Okay,
Oh
so
shit.
our connection's not too bad.
No, our connection's fine. It seems. Oh,
Oh,
haha!
that exploded.
Already took
Oh
the
my
lead. What is that thing? Oh, okay. I don't even know
gosh.
what's going on. Holy shit!
The metal
Suddenly I'm
block
metal.
turns to metal.
This seems like a disadvantage for Jigglypuff.
Yeah, if they get
What
really
is
heavy and
going
like
on? I didn't
doesn't
think there would be this many items.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
I set it to very high as well. So
I thought it would be like 1 or 2 every few seconds. Wait, how did I get 116 damage? I don't even remember this happening.
so most of it was the wheezing on you.
What the fuck? What is going on?
And you got a fan in your hand, so
Yeah, I know. I was trying to utilize it. I don't know. Oh, easy peasy. Give me one of the. Oh, okay.
oh, something exploded.
I don't even know what's exploding me. Is it
Yeah,
this?
sometimes the boxes, barrels, and capsules can explode when you hit them. So ideally, you can risk hitting them, but they might blow up. But otherwise, you can pick them up and throw them instead, so
I
that you don't
see.
like kill yourself.
Oh,
Like that one.
or you throw it at me. Perfect strategy. All right. I'll start.
Exactly.
I'll start interviewing you. Oh my God, you're giant. Okay, this is insane. All right. Yep, up smashed by a giant fox. Just as much fun as getting up smashed by a normal fox.
And it kills a lot earlier than normal too.
It doesn't take much to kill already on Jigglypuff. Trust me, that is my most hated move. All right. So it's no secret that in the past you were banned from tournaments for a little while. And I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about the content of the ban, but I am curious what the experience is like because you were competitive before the tournament, like highly competitive, doing well at before the ban. Sorry, doing well at tournaments, and then you were doing very well at tournaments when you came back from the ban. And I feel like you learn so much from tournaments that they're a huge part of like improving and staying good at the game. So how do you stay good and at that high caliber when you're not able to attend tournaments?
Oh, that's a very good question. Wow, I gotta think of a good answer. So yeah, part of it was that. So I was still playing with some friends that occasionally came over, which was Rainx was one of them. He used to be like a top 100 player like at that time who was active. He was also like my regular training partner for a very, very long time. And I think another thing that helped a lot was that because he's a Fox main, then Fox is the most common character in tournaments, so I was like primed for that most common matchup.
Did you still net play and practice a bunch of stuff yourself as well?
No net play, because back then faster melee wasn't a thing yet. During that time when I was banned, so like net play was horrible, like massive input delay. Like there was a guy that I played net play with once that he's never taken me like to 2 stocks in the game like ever. But then on net play I was like losing like 60% of the matches. Like it's so different.
That's crazy. Do you think you improved while you were banned, or do you think you just I don't know, were already at a good enough level that when you came back you were just still good?
I think it was a little column A, little column B.
Okay, gotcha. So at one point you went by unknown 522. So what made you switch to using your actual name? Because I use my actual name as a gamer tag, so I'm curious what the difference is for you between using an alias and your actual name.
I think it sounds more professional. The thing that made me got me to decide when to change my tag was when the Smash documentary came out. And there was a part in it where PC Chris was talking about how he didn't want like a weird sounding tag, so he wanted something with his name in it. And then that got me thinking about like the fighting game community, because back then like Melee the melee scene like really wanted to be like a part of the FGC and kind of have like our tournaments in their like at their tournaments basically. And yeah, I noticed like a lot of top players like use their full name, like Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz, Mike Ross, Noel Brown, etc., etc. And so so because of that, I was like, oh, my name is short. A lot of people at tournaments already call me Ryan anyway. So yeah, that got me to start entering with my tag. Start entering with my name as my tag.
Gotcha. All right, so I frequently ask this question to anyone I play with who's been a long time around the scene, just because I find it interesting. How do you think the scene has changed since you joined, and how do you think it stayed the same? Because you've played in your first tournament in 2008, and you're still going now. It's 12 years. That's crazy.
I actually played 2005 for my first event.
Oh, of course.
I'm old.
Damn.
Yeah, I like just turned 15 around that time.
So how do you think?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
So the Togepi used metronome, and it does something random. So this time it made the screen turn dark.
Of course, why not?
I hate when that happens. Like the CPUs still know where you are, but then like, you don't know where you are, right? But yeah, the way that things changed. So the technical barriers changed like so much compared to back then. There's so many techniques back then that were just deemed too hard to do, and now they're like, I don't know, child's play to most people at this point.
Gotcha.
Especially like Fox related ones. And
Yeah.
a lot of Ice Climber related ones too.
I'd imagine all of the crazy techs and mechanics that have come out probably at one point seemed like a distant, unusable thing.
Exactly. Like when I was starting out for the first like 2 years, like short op double laser was considered too technical. Like...
Yeah, that's pretty basic shit now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it actually reminds me a lot of I used to play Rocket League somewhat professionally and work with it professionally.
Ooh.
And they a lot of the times like a new mechanic would come out, because I remember like 2 or 3 years ago there's something called a flip reset came out, and it was this thing that someone had come up with to utilize in the game, and everyone was like, okay, it's cool, but no one's ever going to be able to do it, and it's not that useful. And now if you watch like any pro match, there's at least 2 or 3 happening like every match. Like it's a commonplace type thing. So I think it's like yeah, people just immediately don't respect how useful or how potentially possible a particular mechanic is, and then someone really good will just come along, perfect it, and force everyone else to do it as well.
That's so true. Like shield dropping was definitely like that for melee. Like a lot of people are just like, yeah, it's not that useful, I'm not going to use it, including Mango.
Yeah, I was going to say Mango still doesn't use it.
Yeah, and there's various other techs that Mango was like, before was like, oh, that's useless or that's dumb, I'm not going to do it. And then eventually just, adapts it after like other players start doing it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you actually potentially have the longest list of characters that you play competitively. Your Smash profile lists Fox, Sheik, Dr. Mario, Captain Falcon, Mario, and Marth. Most people have 1, maximum 2. You have, I think, 7. So do you feel that...
my Falcon made it? That's so funny.
Yeah, it's on your professional Smash wiki.
Let's go.
So do you feel that spending the time to learn, or maybe apparently not learn so much about these alternate characters, has made your overall play better? Or do you think you would have been better off just grinding Fox?
Yeah, I think actually understanding the ins and outs of other characters, I think it's pretty important. I don't think you have to dump like, thousands of hours on like each and every character, but I think understanding like their ranges and their options matters a lot for like, can matter a lot for the outcome of like a single set sometimes. Also, understanding how panic options work for those characters, I think, is so key too.
Fair enough.
Because when someone's about to lose, sometimes people do like, kind of like desperation attempts. That can sometimes just catch you off guard, like something that they didn't do the whole match.
So how much time did you actually put into those characters? You said you don't need 1,000 hours, but clearly you've put enough that they're competitively recognized. So like, how much time is that in each character?
Ooh, I use them a lot in friendlies. I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you how many hours I put into them though.
But significantly more time in Fox.
I think I put more. I think the highest amount of time I put, yeah, I think Fox for tournament for sure, and then I think in friendlies it might actually have more time with Falco than with Fox. In addition, also because back in the older days, like a lot of our top players didn't have matchup experience against a lot of characters, so they would ask me to play like certain characters so that they can get a feel for the matchup.
That's pretty much all I have to ask you for right now.
Okay.
However, it is your time to plug your shit. I'm sure everyone sort of already knows you, but just in case someone's watching the video who doesn't know anything about you, what do you got going on? Holy fuck. It's even less fun being kneed by you with Giant Falcon.
Giant
Christ.
Softy.
I bet I can still do this, though.
Oh god. I can't get rested by that. I have to not let it
I haven't
happen.
rested you yet. I'm a little disappointed in that. It'll be this game, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
So
the items
anyways,
probably make it more difficult.
what's your social media? What do you got to plug to people watching?
Okay, so I do stream pretty often. It's my Twitch account is Ryan_Ford 522.
Everything
so
will
my
be
full
in the
name
description.
Okay, sounds good. Then my YouTube is Unknown522. And then yeah, Twitter. My Twitter is the same as my Twitch, like Ryan_Ford 522. And yeah, that's pretty much like the main ones I use.
Jesus, I'm getting destroyed. What is that?
This is a Mew. It's
Oh,
useless.
you're so big again. Get out.
And
there you go.
Oh, I got rescued.
It's not hard to hit a gigantic falcon with a rest. I sort of just float in and use the button.
Right. Yeah, my she wasn't gonna say. Oh yeah, since like the COVID situation, I've probably streamed on average about like 6 days a week so far.
That's
the
a
last
lot.
like month and a half.
That's a lot of streaming.
Indeed.
A lot of other people I've played against, like Sunsei and Rocky, are like actually trying to like stream for real, and they don't even do that much time.
I know. They like, and yeah, they're just starting to come back to it too, which is pretty cool. Like, it's always cool when like people are like people you know are able to start like doing well at things. Like, yeah, both like life, Smash career, and things like that. But yeah, like I mostly stream Super Mario RPG speedruns.
All right, well, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on this.